Tzu Chi volunteers give flood victims in Lucani, Serbia supermarket gift certificates. We go to the Philippines and understand how high birth rates are affecting the lives of the poor in the country. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Dennis Wu. Thank you for joining us. Kicking off today's program in Serbia, Tzu Chi volunteers recently returned to Lucani after first visiting on March 20th to conduct a disaster survey. Within a month after the recent flood, the volunteers have gift vouchers ready for flood victims.
The severe flood has affected almost half of the 24,000 households in Lucani. 2 weeks ago, Tzu Chi volunteers compiled the list of flood victims with the assistance of the government officials. Then they hurried to distribute gift vouchers in less than a month following the flood.
We're grateful to Tzu Chi volunteers who have come from afar. We also thank the large number of residents who have come. Thank you, Tzu Chi, for willing to help us like this.
At the distribution, the volunteers introduced Tzu Chi's charity principles and also performed sign language songs.
Tzu Chi is very special and different from other organizations. You have come here without political agendas, and you help us regardless of nationalities or religious differences. I want to thank Tzu Chi volunteers on behalf of the families who have received the help.
Although Tzu Chi is foreign to the residents of Lucani, the volunteers have brought love and warmth here when the residents need them the most.
Next to Sichuan, China, Tzu Chi volunteers recently visited Qianjin Tzu Chi Elementary School and Minsan Senior High School to award scholarships to students in need. To reciprocate, many students also brought their filled coin banks back to donate.
At Qianjin Tzu Chi Elementary School, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to distribute scholarships to students who also participate in activities with their parents on this day. At the occasion, many students have brought filled coin banks to donate, since the volunteers encouraged the students to save and help those in need 3 years ago. Mo Kai has joined the cause.
I went to pick tea leaves on holidays and sold them. Then I saved the money to help people. Even though it is hard work, I feel very happy.
The volunteers made the scholarship recipients realize there are other less fortunate people. Therefore, they've learned to share their blessings.
We can help other less fortunate people by saving some money in coin banks. We have received help, and we can also help other people who are facing even more obstacles.
Many students at our school are able to continue their studies without worries with Tzu Chi's assistance. Many families have gotten through the tough times thanks to their care.
Over at the Minsan Senior High School, which has the highest university enrollment rate in Ya'an of Sichuan, more than 70 students have come to receive Tzu Chi scholarship aid. All the students cherish their affinities with the volunteers and have brought their few coin banks to donate.
After returning to my room in the evening every day, I deposit the remaining changes of the day into the coin bank. I hope to pass on this love.
Children who give of themselves are the most blessed, since Tzu Chi volunteers came here to deliver help in the aftermath of the 2008 Wenchuan earthquake. They have planted seeds of love in these young minds.
The Tzu Chi Philippines chapter recently helped a young cataract sufferer undergo the necessary eye surgery at the Cardinal Santos Medical Center in Manila. After regaining his vision, the young man is excited about being able to see his own child and embrace a brighter future.
Holding his son, 22-year-old Jeremy Carmen looks at his child with the pride of a father. However, Jeremy in fact suffers from poor vision due to cataract caused by improper medication use.
Kasi yan, may hilig magugas ng pinggan.
He cannot help with household chores. In the past, he could help wash clothes, but he cannot do anything now. How can he fold clothes or cook when he cannot see?
Paano niya matitiklop yung mga damit? Hindi niya naman nakikita. Paano siya makakapagluto? Hindi niya naman nakikita rin yung lulutuin niya.
Dati kasi talagang ako yung kaagapay dito ni mama sa lahat ng gawaing bahay.
In the past, my mother always asked me to help her with household chores.
Parang, kumbaga, sa sarili ko.
I don't want to be a young man who just sits around doing nothing. I want to have a good future.
Kumbaga, pinapokus ko na yung sarili ko para sa future ko, kung ano yung mga dapat kong gawin sa future ko.
Fortunately, Tzu volunteers in the Philippines have arranged for Jeremy to undergo an eye surgery at Cardinal Cinto's Medical Center, which has long collaborated with Tzu Chi.
I'm really happy I can now see my son. I've heard people say that he looks like me. I've seen him before and he is 8 months old now. I'm excited to be able to see his face. Now that my vision is broad, I know there is hope for me.
Having regained his vision, Jeremy not only can see his own child, he can also plan and embrace a more promising future.
Staying in the Philippines, though the country possesses the highest rate of economic growth among the ASEAN countries, as well as the highest fertility rate in Asia, due to serious economic disparity, many newborns are at a very high risk of early mortality due to inadequate health care options. We investigate in our report.
Here in the Philippines, the newborn in this nursery is cute enough to be a model, with a face that melts the hearts of family and friends gathered nearby. A child is the most precious gift for a mother and father. Here in the same hospital, though, are other newborns, but their circumstances are quite different. This is the hospital's free ward, where there is no air conditioning, space is severely limited, and equipment is rusted and out of date. This newborn girl sweats continuously. What started as a simple cold, without money for treatment, has become pneumonia.
Since we didn't have the money to treat her, it got worse and we had to come here. It's okay though, the nurses here are taking good care of her.
This is the hospital's free ward, funded through charity. This area offers free medical care for families who are legally recognized as low-income households. In accordance with regulations of the Philippines government, every private hospital must offer such services for the poor. If not for such services, many families would be completely unable to bear the medical expenses of childbirth.
From the first month, palang na-feel mo na pregnant ka.
From the first month of pregnancy, you have to find a gynecologist. Then there will be ultrasounds, which can be up to $20 each. Then you also have to pay for vitamins and nutritional supplements, which might be over $40 a month.
In addition, medical fees for public hospitals can range from $130 to $220, or up to $400 for private hospitals. The birth rate of the Philippines is also especially high, nearing 25 births for 1,000 people per year. The rate is higher than Indonesia's rate of 20.6, nearly 3 times that of Singapore, and 24 times the birth rate of Taiwan. With such a rapid increase in population, the Philippines will face some very serious economic strain. It is feared that the high birth rate will worsen the nation's poverty. In 2012, the Philippines passed the Reproductive Health and Population Development Act, which aims to promote better family planning. However, the motion faces stern opposition from the Catholic Church. There is a saying in Taiwan that a smooth birth heralds blessings, but a difficult birth portends misfortune. Here in the Philippines, many mothers face serious health risks as soon as they enter the hospital. Here in this small room is Shirley, who is in a near vegetative state after suffering serious blood loss during the birth of her 3rd child. Therefore, she has gotten into a medical dispute with the hospital.
She started having contractions on June 13th last year. We were treating everything as a normal pregnancy, but the nurses said that the birth would be difficult because of the baby's size. He was over 4 kilograms. In the end, there was a serious rupture and blood loss. The child was healthy, but my wife was left very weak.
After the birth, in the postnatal care ward, she passed out and didn't wake up for almost a week. She'd been like this ever since she opened her eyes.
As they say, when it rains, it pours. In addition to the worry and stress over his wife's recovery, Jeffrey is also unable to provide food for his family due to the costs of her medical treatment, which has totaled over $20,000 US.
I was working at an electronic appliance store as a group leader. I've been able to adjust my work schedule by working early and late shifts. It's not your regular 9 to 5, as in most electronic appliance shops.
Despite this family's trials, life will continue on. To earn money to repay loans, Jeffrey is working temporarily, helping his mother to sell boxed lunches while doing everything he can to care for his wife and his newborn son, taking life one day and one step at a time.
In Taiwan, Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School recently held a 70-kilometer bike ride challenge, which was a test of the students' endurance and persistence. A father decided to join his son to cherish this amazing experience.
During the 70-kilometer bike ride challenge held by Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School, students began riding with smiles on their faces. However, later on, some got injured while another student's bike broke down. Thankfully, Yang Zhiying's father is there to help repair the bike.
My father does not have much time to spend with us, so I thought of inviting him to join me on this bike ride.
I feel very happy because it is a precious life opportunity to accompany my son.
Then there are other parents from the Parents Association who cheer for the students along the bike route, encouraging them to finish this challenge. Indeed, the students did not let them down.
I feel that we must persevere and finish the ride.
When I was younger, I did not understand what group effort meant. Today, I learned about the importance of working as a team.
I feel that I've grown up. I was able to finish an important task with my classmates.
The 70-kilometer bike ride is a test to the students' endurance and persistence. Having conquered this challenge with joint effort, the students promise to work together to overcome future obstacles in their studies.
We have been bringing you the story of the Huang family in Taichung. As you might recall, the father of the house suffered from late-stage colorectal cancer and still had a 10-year-old daughter to care for. Sadly, the father passed away last month. Tzu Chi volunteers recently paid the daughter a visit on Children's Day and presented her with a handmade gift, as well as support and encouragement.
Tzu Chi volunteers present Ms. Wong with a hand-sewn book bag as a gift on Children's Day. The holiday is especially poignant for this girl this year, as her father passed away from cancer at the end of March.
He told me not to worry and to keep living. I told him, okay, I will keep going on.
As a fourth grader, Ms. Wong's father was already in the late stages of colorectal cancer at the end of last year. This meant that she not only needed to depend upon herself for basic living arrangements and meals, but also care for her father. Both father and daughter did origami, creating paper baskets to thank people who showed concern for them.
We are quite poor with no money. I don't know how to thank everyone, so we folded these paper baskets to express our appreciation.
Mr. Huang's second daughter is now under the care of his ex-wife, while Ms. Huang is being looked after by an auntie.
My niece is quite strong, much stronger than average.
Over the past few years, Tzu Chi volunteers have shown care and compassion for this family.
Today, everyone accompanies her to celebrate Children's Day. We all want to give her some support.
Ms. Huang presents the gift from Tzu Chi volunteers along with a note for her father before a memorial for her father and tells him not to worry. While they only spent 10 years together, this young girl will remember her father forever, giving her courage for the rest of her life.
A Tzu Chi volunteer in Malacca, Malaysia, Ai Chun has been volunteering at a kindergarten that her child attended and has been teaching students there to recycle for the past 5 years. Her hard work has also influenced the teachers and parents to implement recycling at home.
If you see things like glass bottles, please put them over here.
From being a parent to a dedicated volunteer, Ai Chun has spent the past 5 years promoting recycling to kindergartners.
I hope to instill in them with environmental consciousness, which can influence their parents or others in their family or their next-door neighbors.
Because of this, many children know about recycling. At least they know that things which can be recycled should be put into this paper bag. It has become a habit.
My brother, they all got keep for him also. You see now, he got...
Ai Chun doesn't only get the support of teachers in this kindergarten, but students and parents are also responding.
He told us that Ms. Huang said we should recycle out of love for the earth. She told me that doing this is important for the environment and we must do it.
We all got in this car to bring children to Tzu Chi's recycling center to take part in this activity.
After learning the importance of recycling, the son of the kindergarten principal even invited former graduates to pitch in as well.
At this recycling station, one can do something to help the earth. There's lots of separating work that we can do.
If it's a holiday or weekend, having these little bodhisattvas here can be a big help.
The extra manpower is great. We can work quickly this way. Because she knows a lot of people, a lot of them have come here because of her.
Under the direction of one volunteer, Ai Chun, everyone joins together to create a powerful force to help the environment.
To better help Tzu Chi volunteers as they carry out disaster relief across the world, several designers and engineers have been producing ingenious gadgets. Thanks to these inventions, not only are volunteers better protected, disaster victims also benefit as well.
When baby Shanna was born, she encountered the worst flood in Pakistan in 80 years. Left homeless, the wet ground was her cradle.
受灾的难民真苦，再让他睡在土地上的那个水中真的是情何以堪，所以我一直真急。
To provide victims with a bed to sleep on, Tzu Chi volunteers first experimented with honeycomb boards. However, though the bed was light and strong, it wasn't waterproof. Next, they experimented with corrugated plastic sheets, and Master Jinyan personally inspected the finished product. 4 months later, 33 portable beds arrived in the village where Shanna was. Finally, the flood victims could sleep soundly. It was because of Shanna's suffering that prompted Master Jinyan to encourage her disciples to come up with a solution.
花器爱一个，当然拉出来的收容中心就可以给当用。
In just 23 seconds, the new Jingsu portable bed is ready to be used. After 3 years of hard work, the master's wish has finally been realized. The man behind the Jingsu portable bed is Marshall Xiao, who got his master's in healthcare architecture in England. He said he was driven to design for Tzu Chi because of the master's words.
What we are doing right now, by rolling out products that can help with disaster relief, is called industrial design, which is a combination of science and art. Knowledge of architecture plays an important role as we know about different materials and maintaining structural integrity.
The current portable bed actually went through 3 revisions, which took 3 years.
In the earlier models, your hand might get caught easily, so we redesigned it to prevent that from happening. We also added this button later to make locking the bed in place easier.
The first version lacked the ventilation holes and was also higher and heavier. Mark II added the holes to lighten the weight. In the finalized version, the bed was also lowered and a total of 10 kilograms were shaved off, bringing the weight of the bed to 13.8 kilograms.
As the young and old will have to carry the bed, we have to take the ergonomics into consideration and therefore lowered the bed.
With the wheels added to the packaging, transporting the bed becomes even easier. The packaging can also serve as a mat and is completely recyclable. All these ingenious designs have helped the bed with numerous international recognitions.
I think it is a wonderful and socially responsible design.
我们的设计就是它有弹性，那这个背后也有弹性。这个很特别的地方，其实就是它的帽子，对，可以塞进去，你就可以盖起来。这3个这个是可以并的，这是独立的单元，所以一个并一个，一个并一个，就是置物柜。
Our furniture line is imbued with life. Its soul is compassion, the compassion of Master Zheng Yan.
我们有一个同学被钉子刺到了，
都看不到嘛，然后所以你就走路的时候要小心。
Even when it's not raining, the ground was muddy. But with this pair of shoes on, I have nothing to worry about.
The shoes on the volunteers' feet are actually specifically designed.
We have designed this pair of shoes to be puncture-proof. Its soles are actually made of bulletproof-like material and can withstand weight up to 112 kilograms. You can step on nails and still be safe. You can put it inside a pair of rain boots as well.
The sole is only 0.3 centimeters in thickness and adheres to EU standard for puncture-proof soles. It is also light and waterproof, which can keep Tzu Chi volunteers safe.
When you wear normal shoes and step on something sharp, the bottom of your feet will feel something protruding upward, but you don't feel that way if you have this on.
The ongoing trend is to make these gadgets out of eco-friendly materials and keep them green. This cap with built-in solar panel and LED light helped Tzu Chi's doctors carry out free clinics in quake-torn Nepal. To further take advantage of solar power, a solar panel has also been incorporated into this backpack.
这个背包呢，它
What's unique about this backpack is its solar panel, which can generate and store electricity. We have also added a portable battery charger here.
我们这里面还多了一个行动电源。
The panel is placed at an angle that is most suitable to harness the sun's power. Fixed in by eco-friendly fabric, it is surrounded by reflective stripes and has a waterproof covering on top. The Jingsi aphorism on the back conveys Master Zheng Yan's blessings.
The cultural and creative industry is about passing on the humanity and the positive message within a product, which we use to promote conservation and universal love.
The Tzu Chi Foundation carries out disaster relief across the world because of compassion. Thanks to the union of technology and such compassion, Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit can now be passed on through these products.
To help the local Chinese community honor their ancestors, during the Tomb Sweeping Day, the Tzu Chi Canada chapter held its 24th Qiming Memorial Service at the Surrey Liaison Office. We'll join the event at the end of today's program. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.